I'd like to introduce to you now conversation sticks called What's Your Take? You really never know where your conversation will go. A lot of times we use our sticks right here at the dining room table, and what do you say?
What happens is sometimes after we've talked about work, and we've talked about our children, we've talked about our problems, we've talked about money, and there's sort of a natural lull in the conversation, and my wife will say, why don't we get out the sticks? And I say, no, please, we can talk about something. Let's don't bring out the sticks. Nevertheless, we bring the sticks out, and we use them, and invariably, I'm glad that we did afterwards, that the conversation flows very naturally, and we sometimes often still learn new things about each other.
Yeah. We also take them on driving trips because those tend to be kind of long and drawn out. And so we use the sticks there. And with our children, too, when they come home. It's just a nice way to reconnect. And so this topic is change. Change. Well, I know one today, actually, in preparing for today, is I put out several changes of clothes, and my husband was teasing me about it, and but that was okay. And
sometimes when there's a lull in the conversation with the stick, the natural course of the stick has been used up, and we would draw out another stick. So, for instance, this stick is famous relatives. So if anybody, not just ourselves, but if we have a party, if anybody has a famous relative or some sort of a connection that they might like to brag about or bring up so that we could piggyback off of, then we would.
And just so happens that Ross does have a famous relative.
I do have a famous relative. My last name is McKinley, and I'm a great nephew of William McKinley. And
who was a
President of the United States. And whenever you would ask me about it, I'd be sure to tell you about it. Or if you want me to talk about it some more, I'd be happy to. It's just sort of a fortunate genealogical connection.
And that's another thing we do. We help each other's speech, too, as a result of using the sticks. Probably just one more as a little sample, but this one is vacations. And we don't really have any fun vacations planned for a while, do we?
We don't, but one thing that we do on our vacations, Val does, is that she will take a little diary, and as we drive along, she will record everything that we've done the day before, so that on an anniversary or something, we can go into the box and pull the diary out and just read through it and say, oh, that was, remember that? No, I didn't remember that. Oh, yeah, it was like this or something. And it just helps the conversation flow.
It does. And speaking of vacations, actually, I will be taking one to Seattle in about 3 weeks and leaving Ross behind for a little while.
And we both will be taking one in about 3 months. It's called summer vacation because we're both teachers.
Yeah. So thank you. I hope you enjoy them as much as we do.